Well, hello everyone. So I understand that today's prelims paper was a little bit unconventional. It may not have been what you would have been preparing all these months and years for. That's why we are here. So I'm joined today in our session. I have my colleague Dr. Raja, who is here to share his insights about the paper as well. So, sir is a former civil servant. So, he was also my batchmate in civil services. So, he's now into civil services coaching, and so he's here to share his bits of wisdom about how you could have managed today's paper. Right? So this is not going to be an answer key session where we are going to discuss answers for each and every question, but it's more about our take on how you should have managed today's question paper. So we are just going to go through all the questions and in the process give you insights as to which are the easy questions, which are the moderate ones, which are difficult that you should not even have attempted. And finally, at the end of the conclusion, we intend to give you a picture, a sense about what the cutoff of this year's prelims is going to be. So, sir, would you like to share some insights about how today's exam was?
So, dear aspirants, thank you, Satya, for this opportunity. And you are doing a really wonderful job in having this channel and then guiding the aspirants. Like I have gone through the question paper. As you said, it is slightly unconventional. It is not the recent year question types were missing in this paper. But after going through the entire paper, I felt that aspirants who have maintained their composure, not perturbed by the lengthy questions and then some difficult worded questions, they would have managed to get it in a better way. At least some 3 to 5 questions they would have got it right by simply being calm in the exam hall. Okay. Like rest of the things, whatever you told, I also accept those aspects. Yes, like the question paper can definitely give us insights related to how to approach future papers and also like what could be the cutoff and different aspirants can position themselves whether to prepare for the main examination or to prepare for the next series of exams. Okay, so let's see. So you can carry on with your questions.
So let's have a look at the questions. So first, the series of questions are history. We have 20 history questions here. So I have history optional, but you are a general studies aspirant when it comes to history, right? So I'll be walking you through these questions, and I would also like to know how you would have approached this question as well.
While seeing the questions itself, I felt that the history part is slightly difficult. Okay, among other subjects which have been asked in this exam, it's difficult. You can walk through the questions.
First question, I would say that it's a moderate type of a question. It's neither easy nor very difficult. A common UPSC aspirant, simply by their understanding of how species would develop, right? I'm sure they will be tempted to go with 3, which actually makes attempting this question easy. Yeah. I would say that you don't need to think too much about whether Nadi Sukta is present or not.
Though it is presented as a history question, we can think it as a environment question or something like that. How the evolution of species happened. So it is entertainable. You can. There is a logic, and you can definitely try attempting this question.
Right. And in second question, this is a question on Buddhist iconography. So even in the previous years, UPSC has asked about Buddhist icons, but not in the context exclusively of prelims, but in the context of mains. There have been mains questions as to why lion and bull icons are used in Buddhist iconography. So I think UPSC is expecting us to know something about it. But I would say that this is, even for a history optional student, nobody would have heard about this empty seat iconography, and that makes it very difficult to attempt.
Yeah. If it is a factual and you don't know, you haven't come across this fact before, then better don't touch it. Okay, answering and then getting it wrong is a crime.
Now, moving on to the third question. Third question, they have just given all the different rivers mentioned in Vedas on the left side. On the right side, they have just given about the rivers as they are known today. And I would say this is a very, very easy question, simply because last year there was a question exactly on the same lines. So no aspirant will have any difficulty in tackling this particular question. So I would put this under a very, very easy category. So every aspirant who are watching this session are expected to go and get this question right. Now, moving on to the next question on Amaravati Stupa. This is more like a 50-50 type of a question. So it's like every aspirant will know where is Amaravati. If you know that it's in Telangana or it's in Andhra Pradesh, you will be able to simply eliminate. You will be able to choose first question as right. It's in
geography.
It's a geography related question, right? So nobody is going to have any issue in knowing the first statement, right? And third statement is something that you should assume that why not? Why not an architectural style or a sculptural style? Why would it not influence further sculptural architectural developments? So that way you have to assume that the third statement would also go right. So that's why I said it leaves you with 50-50 chances. And there is no excuse in not knowing which is the largest stupa. Right? No, that is something that is taken for granted, that you should at least know what is the largest of stupas. I'm not even asking you to know the 3 largest stupas in India. If you know the largest stupa, it's actually possible to eliminate the second question, because it asks the first is Sanchi stupa and the second is Amaravati stupa. Yes. That kind of a logic would have worked out here. So this is a moderate question expected to go right. And now fifth question. UPSC every year has been focusing on some terms that Tamilians will be very familiar with.
Yeah,
Last year, there was a question on Chola, and the year before that, there was a question on ritual suicide committed by Sangam age people, Vatta Kirathal, that kind of a statement, terminology was asked. So,
Tamil student, this would be a easy question.
Right.
Tamil Nadu aspirants. But from the North Indian aspirants, we may not expect them to know these things. So it is you can classify it as a moderate to difficult one.
Right. So fifth question, okay, even if you don't get it right, I'm not expecting that this question should have gone right. So if you see in this entire page, we have 5 questions, and out of 5 questions, my maximum expectation is 2 to 3 questions. The Pleistocene question, the river question, and the Amaravati stupa. So that's a maximum 3. At least you should have got 2 questions right in this particular page. So let's move on. History questions are, of course, it's on the little difficult side. By the time we complete the 20 questions, you will get a sense of that. Sixth question, it's about Subhash Bose. So it's a question on a body, an organization that was formed by Subhash Bose. And in my opinion, any UPSC aspirant, I'm sure even a general studies aspirant, any general studies aspirant will also know about the conflict between Gandhi and Subhash Bose. Yes. So that makes attempting the first statement, choosing it to be right. And when it comes to fourth question, we do understand Subhash Bose was pushed. He was pushed to the extent where he had to resign, which means that he was not able to get support even from like-minded people. So which means the fourth statement, the supporters of M.N. Roy and socialist leaders like Jayaprakash Narayan preferred Congress unity to Subhash Bose. So for first and fourth statement seems to be going right. And if we can narrow down like that, we are only left with 2 other options, B and D. Now this becomes more like a 50-50 chance. So how do students tackle this? I think that's more left to that particular day. If some logic works well for them, they may go right. If not, it's even okay to go
but
incorrect.
Definitely they should have answered this question.
Yeah, you should have attempted. Yeah. Especially in a paper like this, when you just go through it, when you find so many unconventionality this year, you shouldn't be avoiding attempting a question like this. So it's a moderate question. You should have attempted on these lines. At least you should be able to know 1 and 4 should be there. After that, even if it has gone wrong, it's perfectly okay, no problem. And the next question, it's about the revolt of 1857. So the question is about the causes, what led to the revolt of 1857. When you look at it, prima facie, the statements look really difficult. Especially when you look at the second statement, it feels confidence draining. Mm-hmm. But you look at the first statement, even a general studies aspirant will be able to understand that how can arms and forts be allowed to be retained in the hands of talukdars? Because arms and forts are defensive structures. So the Britishers especially would be concerned about why would we leave arms and forts in the hands of talukdars, because tomorrow they can launch an attack from those arms and forts. So it's a future threat. So they would try to liquidate that. So if you can eliminate the first statement as logically incorrect, you actually end up getting the right answer itself. Because you are left with 2 options, 2 and 3 and 2 only. And of course, this is one of the third statement where the British believed in taking revenue directly from peasants by removing the talukdars, one of the economic grievances that the talukdars have. Mm-hmm. That's why they also joined in the revolt of 1857. So it's not a difficult question. This, in my opinion, is quite easy. Now coming to question number 8. Montague-Chelmsford reforms. The question is about Montague-Chelmsford reforms of 1919, but the question is not very straightforward as to which of the following are the objectives of the act or the features of the act. One of the statement is a feature, the second statement is the intent,
Yes.
and the third statement is like the fallout, what possibly happened because of the introduction of Government of India Act 1919. So it's like, it really tests the presence of mind of an aspirant instead of being totally bookish, whether you're also able to understand the fallouts as well.
Yeah, like one can guess this also,
Yeah.
like with the right perspectives. So yes, the aspirants, even one who is not a optional person, can answer this question by simply knowing the logic, by knowing that the Chelmsford reforms had something related to separate electorates, and logically what would have happened after that. So with that itself, one can answer this.
Answer this,
Yeah,
right.
easy to moderate. we
So
can
yeah, this
classify
is moderate. If not, it's easy for many aspirants because it's a natural sentiment in the exam hall to just assume that probably 1, 2, 3 would be right once you know that 1 and 2 is right. So I would say that this is very easy. At least you should have attempted one among these two. So putting these two under moderate category, either one of the two should have gone right. And Pandit Mallikarjun Mansoor, it's very difficult, totally factual. Nobody will even know who this person is. Maybe if you are into music and all, you may know. Otherwise, it's impossible for an aspirant normally to know about this kind of a person. In which one of the following texts does the term Kshetra Patni, mistress of the field, originate? This is again a fact, and it is also possible that when an aspirant looks at it, it feels like any of the text could possibly be speaking about it. So very, very difficult to even make an attempt of this question. So I would say that in
both
this,
the questions, if they know the answer somehow, they have some natural tendency to know about the musical persons, or natural tendency to learn about the Vedas in depth. By that chance they had the knowledge of the question, they should have answered it. Otherwise, better desist from attempting the question itself. That is the easy.
Right. So in this page, out of total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 question, maximum you could have attempted is just 2, and it's okay. Let us move on to the next page. This is a question asking about similar rags in Carnatic and Hindustani music.
Yeah,
Impossible
maybe
to attempt.
those who know Sanskrit or something like that, like again, those who have learnt the music as a hobby or something like that, they might be able to answer this. For general aspirant, this is a strict no to attempt.
Not attempted at all. Right. And 12th question, I would say that the question has been framed from a book which normally UPSC aspirants don't read. Normally aspirants read Spectrum. And from Spectrum, you search any of the pages, you will not come across, you would have just found a mention of this word, but nothing in detail has been given about the commission. So something that even UPSC optional aspirants of history, even they wouldn't be reading a book called as Sumit Sarkar. But we can find the exact, all the options, correct option as well as the incorrect ones being there in that particular book. I would put it under the difficult category. Not really possible for aspirants to know about Hilton Young Commission unless if there are smart aspirants who went and memorized all the different commissions appointed by the British government. Such kind of people may probably get right.
Yeah, but I could see a logic in this question. Okay, so if you see, like, if British is bringing some policy, then it should be beneficial to the Britishers.
Right.
So among the option, which one is most beneficial. to the Britishers means
which protects British interests.
Yeah, like British interest or their finances.
Right.
Okay, so with that logic, you could have answered this question.
And say that definitely C doesn't protect British interests. And preventing depreciation of rupee in terms of gold, I don't think they are concerned about all of that. So yeah, maybe even a history optional student may feel scared looking at the question, but a general studies aspirant with the presence of mind may work out some kind of a logic possible to attempt it. But in my opinion, it's okay to even go wrong in that. Okay. I think 13th question is very, very easy. Any UPSC aspirant will know the character of second urbanization. So I think I don't even have to discuss any further about it. I'm sure all of you would have got this right. It's a very, very easy question. And next, which of the following temples has a Nagara style shikara?
Okay, again, many temples are there. Too much fact. I would have desisted from answering
it. But I see a logic here. The logic is Badami, Aihole, Pattadakal, these are all South Indian sites. Whereas Diogar is in North India.
Okay.
So we can at least narrow it down that 3 should be there in the options given. And out of the options given, But again, then there are 3 options with 3 given here. So I think, this makes it very, very difficult to.
I get reminded about the old style of asking the question pattern. Only 3, only 2, only 4
Right.
would have made this question even more difficult.
This is something that you guys should be leaving it unattempted. Very difficult. And question number 15. It's very natural. The question is about Jainism, and I'm sure every aspirant would have just strongly learned this thought that Jainism is a non-theistic religion. They don't believe in gods, all of that. So when you apply that kind of a logic, you will be more tempted to eliminate that devas and gods, they do not exist in Jainism. I think no other option. Most aspirants would have attempted this. They may have gone wrong. The best course of action is to understand our limitations. That not really sure. If you would have been able to avoid the temptation of attempting that, great. But even if not, if you would have made mistake, don't worry. Most aspirants also would have gone wrong in this particular question. And the next question, Halli Salasya painting in the Bagh caves represent. No books, I think, cater to this question like this. But do you have any thoughts on how to proceed with this?
When I saw that question, I thought that cave paintings are a little bit the ancient. Okay, so they represent more crude form of arts. Okay, rather than the sculptures or tanjore paintings like that, fresco paintings and all. Like the cave paintings are slightly crude, so they might have been
folk properties.
Folk theme is more common in the cave painting. So I would have gone with the A option, but later I searched and then I found out that is the right thing. But it's touch and go. You may try answering it.
Some may be able to get it right. Some may not be able to get it right. So I think in this entire page, I would say that just one question out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only one question is attemptable. So imagine the mindset of an aspirant who, after going through 2 pages, continuous difficult questions, and suddenly they find this is even more difficult.
Definitely, those aspirants who got the D set question paper.
They were unfortunate. I would say among all the subjects today, I think history turned out to be the subject with most difficult kind of questions. 17th question about place value system. Hardly aspirants will even care to know about when was this place value system introduced in India. But the question goes to the depth of trying to figure out, trying to extract from the aspirants about whether they are aware of where it was first used in inscriptions. But when you look deep into the questions, when you look at the question with a little patient mind, you can understand that, place value decimal system, they are used for higher level mathematics. Right? And we know that post-Gupta period, that's the time when a lot of mathematical treatises were all written. You have mathematicians like Bhaskara, even mathematicians from Kerala who were producing works of mathematics. So how could they have worked without the knowledge of decimal system, place value system? So it is possible to assume safely that, the knowledge of place value could have just spread across all parts of India. So it is possible to go and get second statement right, and why not? If something is good, a technology just seeps through. It definitely travels abroad. So 2 and 3 can be got right, but whether first statement is right or wrong is up to the aspirant. But if you can only go with 2 and 3 as right, you may possibly make this guess that why would UPSC make all 3 statements very difficult? Maybe the first statement could have been just given very easy. That kind of I think it's more about luck than preparation.
Again, a moderate to difficult
type of question. I think the 18th question is just about Harappan towns and very easy to get it right. So not difficult, very easy. And the 19th question on Eka movement and Bardoli Satyagraha, in my opinion, is actually doable. Right? How many peasant movements do you actually have in the 20th century? We had peasant movements when the company took over India. But under the British Raj, how many peasant movements did you have? Right? So it is important, and I'm sure most aspirants who would have read Spectrum will know this exact difference, exact reasons for these protests. I think this question is actually doable, not very difficult. So it's an easy question which you should have attempted. And lastly, there's a question on Rigvedic period. If you look at the 2 statements, both of them are about irrigation. Right? And we look at the 3 sentences that are given here.
The first statement is about irrigation, and the second statement is use of animals in the day-to-day life or irrigation, drought
yeah,
animals.
Yeah, even that was also in the context of irrigation. Drought animal power was employed to draw up water.
Okay, drought.
So there is a kind of a messaging from UPSC in these two statements that the question itself turns out to be more about irrigation. So when you use that logic and when you go through these statements, it is very possible to link statement 1 with this particular statement. Similarly, statement 2 can be linked to statement 3. Whereas the statement 2, where it is mentioned about different implements, tools that were mentioned in the Rig Veda, I don't see any connection between that and the irrigation idea that is given in these two statements. So if I were attempting this question, I would only go with 1 and 3 as the right
link
answer.
Statement also you can see which of the following, what is that you can read?
Which of,
the link statement, you can see there which of the following information support or supports the above statement. They are not asking what is true about that period. They are asking which of the statement are supporting the first two statements. So 1 and 2 has support in the numerals 1 and 3. The 2 numeral is standing aloof and it is not being supported.
It is not linked, it is not getting connected to either of the two statements.
We don't know, like you can see how they may decide.
Right. See, the point is if they interpret the two statements given as meaning agriculture generally, then yes, all are right. All are right. But if UPSC's question setter had his mind fixed only on the word irrigation, then second statement cannot come at all. So we have to wait for the UPSC to know the exact answer. So aspirants, if you see, out of 20 questions, I would say that there are 3 easy questions, 7 moderate questions, and 10 of them are difficult, mostly untouchable questions. How much are you expected to score in a history question paper like this? Out of 20 questions, meaning for 40 marks, getting 3 easy questions right, and out of 7 moderate, even if you get 5 right, so 5 2s are 10, 10 plus 6, 16, minus another 2 marks, so 14 marks, 14 out of 40. If you just check if you're able to score this in history. If you're scoring then very well and good, let us look at other subjects as well as it goes. All right. So over to you, sir. So maybe you can give us some idea about how current affairs questions have been asked in today's examination.
So before the current affairs part, like we have some geography questions. Tungrahoa volcano. It's both the question falls both under geography and current affairs. It was declared as global geopark by UNESCO. Okay, like I have gone through the model mock test papers and then some current affairs compilation. I have never come across this Tungrahoa volcano. So I found this slightly moderate to difficult. I put it under moderate to difficult. If aspirants, some of them knew this, then best of they should feel themselves as lucky. Otherwise, this is a sort of difficult question only.
Yeah. Even I felt I have no idea. I don't even remember hearing about a volcano like this. Okay. So should be making it difficult.
Yeah. Then the 22nd question, Madhav National Park. Okay, this was in news. This was in news for the reason that it was declared as a tiger reserve. So most of the aspirants would have come across this Madhav National Park, but the second statement here might be slightly difficult. Okay, whether the Sakya Sagar was completely located in this Madhav National Park, whether the aspirant have known. Okay, this what to say? This makes us to understand that when you come across any places or news repeatedly, that is important. A comprehensive preparation around that place and news item is required. Okay, superficially knowing only what is not going to help anymore in UPSC preparation. Okay,
but Sakya Sagar, was it like news in the last 1 year, or is it just a Ramsar site which is located in the national park?
This Madhav Tiger Reserve was in news, like it was announced as a tiger reserve, and the Sakya Sagar was not in news. Like anyone who have taken the efforts to know more about this Madhav National Park, so after it has been declared as a tiger reserve, then they would have come across this Sakya Sagar. Okay, and the third part is fine, that they would have, many of the aspirants would have known that it is entirely in Madhya Pradesh and it is not shared between Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan. So that way, like I put it as a moderate question only, moderate thing to know. But the learning is know in entirety about any news article. When you read it completely, read it in and out.
Don't just touch the surface and go.
Yeah.
Make sure when you take a topic, exhaust the learning of that particular topic.
Yes. With reference to the climate of Andaman Nicobar Island, the 23rd question, this is a very easy question. Okay. So it is a tropical coastal climate that also even
Yes,
the general
I think-
studies aspirant knows. It receives from both rainfall from both southwest and northeast monsoon. That is also everyone knows. And logically, if you see, the maximum precipitation would be during the time of southwest monsoon and northeast monsoon. The April, May falls under none of these things. Okay, March to May, none of the monsoons.
Like northeast
operate.
monsoon doesn't give the equal amount of rainfall as a southwest monsoon. I think so. That is the logic in
Yes.
saying why maximum precipitation cannot possibly happen between December and May.
Yeah, true. That is also there. It is self-contradictory. It receives rainfall during southwest means southwest monsoon time is what? June to October is the
Right.
June to September is the maximum rainfall duration. But the third statement didn't have that the interval itself. So that way, that third statement one can easily. So this is easy. Okay, most of the aspirants would have got it right. Then moving on to the 24th question. This is also relatively easy question. It's related to peninsular block. Peninsular block, like we all know, the western coast is submergence coast because tectonically it is breaking down and then it is
Right,
submerging. It is going down.
So is it related to that escarpment idea?
Yeah, escarpment is also one side the slope is gentle, another side the slope is very steep.
Right.
Yeah, we have most of the ports in the western coast of India, like we have the natural harbors in Gujarat and all. The reason is it is submerging.
Right.
Okay, the western coast is submerging. And most of the aspirant will also know the second statement, residual mountains. The peninsular mountains, all the peninsular mountains falls under the category of residual mountain also. Highly eroded, not new mountain like Himalayas, Aravalli, Eastern Ghats, Western Ghats. All the mountains are residual mountains only. So the mountain they have given us Eastern Ghats, Vellikonda hills in Andhra and Mahendragiri in Odisha, they have given the Eastern Ghats. That is also right. But deep valleys, that is related to Himalaya, so one can easily. So this is an easy question.
I think the clue is also there in fast flowing rivers.
Yeah,
So-
Himalayas have the fast flowing,
flowing
the
rivers.
rafting rivers and all will be there in Himalayas. Okay, so here if you see the Andaman Nicobar question, peninsular block question, these two are very easy nature, and then this is moderate, this is also moderate, too easy, too moderate. So you can see relatively if you have sustained 20 questions, okay, 20 difficulty history questions, then you might have seen a relief in the form of geography questions. Then moving ahead with 25th question, this is related to the Sagarmala program. Okay, so this is a lengthy question, one entire column is taking the question, but if you see, logically you can answer this question. Okay, Sagarmala program achieve port-led economic growth, that everyone knows, and the success is reflected by growth in the coastal inland waterway shipping. That is also like right. Sagarmala 2 is also, all are general statements, seems to be right. Now coming to the second part of the question, statement 2 validates. Yes, statement 2 is like giving the outcome from the statement 1. Sagarmala program, the intention is this, and 2 is the effect, what has happened after the program. Okay, then coming to the second statement, statement 3 extends the objective of statement 1. This is also right. Okay, Sagarmala 2.0 is extension of the objective which is mentioned in the statement 1. Sagarmala 1 contradict with Sagarmala 3. So these two are again contradictory. Second statement and third statement are contradictory. By seeing the options also, it becomes easy. So I put this under easy to moderate only. Moderate is just because of the length of the
To
question.
the question.
Yeah.
And I think this year many students have informed me that it has been taking them a lot of time, and there were students who used to have spare time in the previous years. After completing in last 10 minutes, they even used to count as to how many questions they have attempted and all.
Yes.
This year they said that the examiner came and snatched the OMR sheet from my hands.
Yeah.
I think this kind of a problem happens because when the questions happen to be this long.
Yeah, like the casualness with which we approach the question now, it may not be the case in the exam hall. For the aspirant who is very anxious about the scores, they might have found really difficult. Yeah. Moving on to the 26th question, It is related to a species, foxtail orchid. They have mentioned it there itself. So since they have mentioned it as orchid, many of the aspirant knows that orchids are epiphytic. They live on another tree. So first statement is going to be easy for them. Whether they are endemic to Northeast India, that is the aspirants need to know. And the state flower of Arunachal and Assam is also slightly difficult for the aspirants to know what is state flower for each and every state would be.
And that too, nobody would even think that the same flower can be the state flower for two different states also.
Yeah.
That's also another trick over there, trap over there.
Yeah, that is also. So that makes this question slightly difficult one. But what makes it into moderate category is by knowing, by simply assuming that it is a epiphytic orchid itself, to come into 50-50 criteria.
One should be there.
Yeah. So 50-50 means you need to give it a try. Give it a try. So it is not a question which you can't touch.
So what is the right answer for this question, sir?
Like it is 1 and 3 are right. It is a state flower for both Arunachal and Assam. It is not endemic only to Northeast, but the first and third statement are right. Then moving ahead with 27th question. So this is related to Moy Dam. This has been in many of the question papers. Like we could see, like current affairs.
Right. Even in our own Skill Up test series, there was a test in which we have framed this question on Moy Dams.
Yes.
Simply because this was a news, because it was a UNESCO heritage site added in the recent years.
Yeah.
So I'm sure if we can select this question, it would have been the same case with many academy test series. I think this question is an easy question, 27th. Burial grounds for the Northeast nobles. I think that's the right answer.
Yes. So we can classify this as
an easy question.
Okay, here, this is easy to moderate. This is also moderate because of the choice elimination it is providing us.
I think 2 questions on this page are
This is easy. Okay, so out of 3, what should be able to do?
Yes.
2 questions. So moving ahead with 28th question. This is related to United Nations Ocean Conference. And then there, Food and Agricultural Organization has proposed something. They have proposed something, and then the proposal is for blue transformation. Okay, too much of information is there, and then 4 betters they are asking. Even for an aspirant who have read something about this conference, they would not have taken
because it is the interest of the whole world to better everything that's given in this.
Yes.
Coral reefs should be better, estuaries should be better, nutrition. So I think it's a very
purely memory. One should have by heart and what are the 4 betters. Okay, so logically and all, you can't remove anything here. Everything
no elimination, no selection, no technique will work out.
So this, I put it as a difficult question here to work out. Which of the following statement, next question, 29th, with reference to Lake Turkana are correct. Okay. So here I find this question, I can put this question under the moderate category. Why? Because while map reading session, or we keep on saying people, try to search as top 10 largest rivers in the world, top 10 important mountains in the world, top 10 important volcanoes in the world. Okay, so world or continent like that. So if one bother to see and Africa is a continent which is very important for the lakes. Okay, the East African Rift Valley lakes, all the lakes which are which are shrinking due to the climate change phenomenon, all those things, and repeatedly question had been there in the past related to
even last year there was a question on where through what all lakes equator passes through.
Yes,
and that was focused on African lakes specifically.
True.
So I think it's doable, not so difficult.
Yeah, if one had bothered to learn the lakes of Africa, the lake is in Kenya. So by that, if you are taking out 2, then again you are landing up in 50-50 choice, and the answer is B. Both first and third are right. So again, this falls under moderate. This is difficult, this is moderate. Then again, a difficult question in geography. This is the Red Plus project, and that is okay. It is not conceptual. It is a more factual question, which is asking which is YO certified project. YO certification is an international certification. I myself came across this certification after seeing this question. Okay, so it would have been much difficult for the common aspirants, but extraordinarily 1 or 2 might have got it right. Otherwise, it is difficult. Okay. Then moving ahead with the 31st question. Okay. So again, this seems to be a longer question. So this is a pattern in geography. Whenever the question is long,
It's doable, I think.
it's
yes.
doable. They made it easier by giving a more logical answers. Okay. So this LTLEDS, long-term low emission development strategy, is a crucial tool for achieving net zero emission. This every one of the aspirant knows. Like the net zero emission target is by Honorable PM has pronounced this. Okay. And second one is actually the performance, what we have done so far related to this. And the third one, it's mentioning about something quick and short term achievement. As a developing country who want to like make use of the energy and the fossil fuels for development, India would never go for short term commitments when it comes to climate change addressing. That general logic also will be there in many of the aspirants. So when you come to
I think the following statements also gives us clues. Like
Yes.
statement 3 contradicts statement 1 because
Yes.
statement 1 is long term.
Yeah.
Whereas statement 3 is like short term.
Yeah, naturally, very simple, right?
Right.
It's a long term, it's short term. So statement 2, 3 contradicts the approach implicit in, and implicit also. It is not like totally contradicting. Implicit message it is contradicting, like that they are giving. So statement 1 and 2 are right. So it is easy to statement 1 and 2 together establish the premise of long term sustainability. So if at all you want to choose, you can go for 1, 2, and 3. That is not there in the option.
Okay.
So
Right.
naturally we land up in 1 and 2. So that also, like this easy to moderate, you can classify this. And this is moderate. These two are difficult. So 1 to 2 questions you may get it like
Right.
from this
So in
page.
this, out of 4 questions, I think 1 or 2.
Yeah, 1 or
maximum
2. 1 or 2.
Right.
Yeah. So we are coming to the 32nd question, which is about Western Hola gibbons. Okay. So yes, here also some animal behavior related questions, animal features related questions have been a constant part of the question paper in last few years.
And I think hula gibbon is one topic which aspirants have been expecting since the last 2 years because of the Manipur conflict that has been going on.
Yes.
And since gibbons, hula gibbon being the only ape variety found in India, they were expecting in the last year, but no question was asked. This year there was a question asked.
Yeah. Yes, it is in Northeast India that many aspirants will be knowing. And nowadays the aspirants also prepare for the endangered, critically endangered, vulnerable
Right.
species related IUCN categories also. So that like
It makes it easier.
Yeah, yeah.
You can attempt this question.
It makes
32.
it easier. And the brachiation, the technicality, maybe some may not be knowing, but the second part, easily swing between the trees. That they can
easy. Right.
make it easy, and it is not very similar to, it is not very gigantic like gorilla also people can attempt. So easy to like moderate, like we can put it.
It is easy.
Yeah,
It is actually doable.
Yeah.
Because
So-
any aspirant who would have seen a photo of hula gibbon will know its
Yeah,
size.
it
It's
is
very
not-
small in size compared to gorilla.
True. 3 you need to rule out, and then you naturally land up in 1 and 2. Then the question is related to mangroves. So here again, simply like you need not know some high level facts about mangroves. It is all like if you can logically apply your mind here, you can get this right. Okay, mangrove reduces tidal energy. That part is right. Stores fresh water. That is also fine, making them ideal for paddy cultivation. Okay, stores fresh water itself, like maybe in the biomass it can store, but paddy cultivation, no. Mangrove do not directly help in paddy cultivation in estuarine or saline belt. Okay, so one is not right, and their salt sensitive root filters seawater, making mangroves key to converting coastal land into freshwater aquaculture. This is also not a feature also. It will also not be the promoting aquaculture in the coastal
right.
region, may not be the initiatives.
It's not
Objective.
environmentally favorable
Yeah.
process basically.
True. By withstanding the tidal surges, offering biomass resources, mangroves are natural bioshields and livelihood basis for rural communities. This is more
Positive.
apt, yeah,
Right.
positive and apt thing. So we should either go for 1 and 2 or 3. 3 seems to be like the right thing. So if 1, 2 and 3 is there, then the aspirants might have been a little bit confused. But since 3 alone is there, there is no choice of.
It's an easy question. By eliminating 1 and 2.
Easy question.
It's an easy question.
Then coming to this Virinjam port question number 34. It is an international seaport represent a structural shift in India's maritime trade. Okay, so again, here the first statement is saying it is for a domestic cargo hub. Okay, then let's see the third statement. This is more comprehensive statement. Okay, it is a deep port. Most of the aspirants know that Virinjam port is a deep port. It was very recently inaugurated 2025. Okay, so deep port, it is a transshipment port. It helps us like in the international trade and all. Okay, so 3 should be there in the answer. So the choice is between.
That eliminates. Second statement is it primarily focused on cruise tourism.
Yeah.
So.
Primarily, that right. Word is also making the statement wrong. Okay, so the primary motive is not cruise tourism that many of the aspirants may be knowing. So 1 and 2 would be ruled out, and it's a easy question. Okay, relatively easy question only. Then moving ahead, 35th question, identify the river. Okay, so they are saying antecedent drainage system. Nowadays, most of the aspirants know what is antecedent drainage system. So the river is older than the land, so it cuts through the mountain. It cuts through the Himalayas especially. Okay, here Brahmaputra cuts through, Indus cut through, Sutlej cut through, but Teesta do not classically cut through the Himalayas. There itself Teesta becomes odd one out. Then it flows through 3 countries. Here also Teesta originate in Sikkim, and in India only it is there, and then moves to Bangladesh and join Jamuna. There also Teesta will be removed. Rest of the things will be holding good.
Right. Okay. But I think the fourth statement easily makes us eliminate Indus as well as Brahmaputra.
Yes.
Because both of them, they form numerous distributaries in the delta area.
Yeah.
So easily can eliminate that.
If a river forms delta means then automatically there will be distributaries. Yeah. So Indus and Brahmaputra directly drains, like maybe Brahmaputra like becomes Padma and it becomes Ganga, Brahmaputra, like what to say, delta. So the answer would be Sutlej, because Sutlej drains into Indus, so it doesn't form any distributary to. Then this question is also like you can
doable.
Doable, moderate.
At least Indus and Brahmaputra you should be able to eliminate.
Eliminate.
And I'm sure most aspirants will know that Sutlej goes and joins with Indus. So very easy question.
And a question related to Sutlej was there 2 years back, 2023. Okay. There was a question related to Sutlej regarding the Indus and Sutlej river systems. Okay, here also like most of the questions like 2 easy question you can take, and then some moderate questions. Okay, so 4 questions are there. Easily 3 should be doable in this page. Then moving ahead, 36th question. Which of the following with reference to Indian state is or are not correct? Okay, a slightly tricky question. This looks like a easy question, but slightly tricky question. If a person do not know like exactly what is the number of states each states have border with, then people might be confused about Uttar Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh.
Difficult question.
Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra and all, people might be slightly confused, but this is right. The statement is right. Rajasthan is not the longest international bordering state. It is West Bengal, because of the Bangladesh has all the curvatures, the enclaves, all those things. When you count along with them, factually it is West Bengal. And Sikkim is not the only state. Meghalaya is also another state which will be bordered only by one state. So I found this moderate to difficult. Okay, so rather than like many of them would have tried answering.
Maybe if they were factually from India yearbook, some students may have read all these facts.
Very strong. Then they might have got this right. Otherwise, it would have been difficult thing. Okay. So in total, we have around 16 questions. Okay, from 21 to 36, we have 16 questions from geography. Out of which, out of the 16 questions, 6 are easy, and 6 are moderate, and 4 questions are difficult. So I would say like minimum 10 questions you should have got it right. Okay, all 6 easy questions you should have made it. And then from the moderate, out of 6, 4 you should have made it. Difficult, you need not touch it.
So they should have scored at least 18 marks out of 32 marks from geography part.
Yeah, geography they should have scored little bit
On the
much better compared to the history part.
They should have crossed 50% threshold in geography. This is the
Yes.
area to catch up after
Yes.
shock in history.
Yes. The next set of questions from 37 to 50, they falls under different categories. Some are from environment, some are related to current affairs. We will go through this question set also. 37th question actually, it is mentioning about the Amur falcons which are traveling to Nagaland. Okay, don't bother. The aspirant need not bother about like what are they, what is this lake in Nagaland and all. Just migratory birds. Like that, they can approach this question. Okay, so regarding that, it is the question. The statements are mentioning that the migration of these falcons to Nagaland is due to the sustained efforts from the locals, the conservation efforts. That is right. Okay, that looks like generally right statement. The second one, it reflects the global success of advanced tracking technology that guide migratory birds back to their stopover sites. The meaning of the statement comes that the technology is guiding the bird. How can a technology guide birds? Okay, the migration of the bird is natural process, so it is simple logic. This cannot be right.
Yes.
So if you rule out 2, then between 1 and 3 you have the option. Then it confirms Amur falcons have adopted permanent residency in India. Migratory birds and permanent resident birds, they are totally contradictory in nature. So 3 cannot be the thing. So this is a easy question if you are just applying your mind without apprehensions.
I think by eliminating 2 alone,
Yeah.
we can also understand that first statement is a very positive worded statement. So
Yes.
first should be there, 2 should not be there. And I think we get the answer.
Yeah,
So there are
you-
multiple ways of getting the answer right.
Yes, and you need not engage your thought on Amur falcons itself or the site itself. Like generally migratory birds,
right.
they are migrating, the migratory nature is improved due to the conservation measures. Okay, easy. Then the next question is related to Rainfed Area Development Initiative under National Mission for Sustainable Agriculture. Okay, so this mission and all, people read it for main examination. For prelim examination, it would be very, what to say, grossly worded. Nothing specific would be there. Okay, only the shares would be there. So it's difficult for the aspirants to remember all the things. But if you go through the statements here, there is a easy way out. Okay, encouraging monoculture. Monoculture is totally a negative term. Okay, so usually the monoculture
Removes the fertility of the soil totally.
Yeah,
And in a rainfed area, anyway the soil is less fertile.
yeah, and pest attack may be higher in case of monoculture. All these things are there, so you need to remove that. And then rice cultivation in irrigated region. This is a rainfed area development program. Why it is speaking about irrigated region? That is also contradicting. Okay, so you need to just remove these 2. And then the third one seems to be a very positive statement: enhancing productivity and minimizing climate risk. That is the real thing. Okay, so naturally,
By eliminating the harmful first and second statement,
you
I think this question can be managed.
You land up here, and relatively like it's easy. Easy. Okay, then this question is slightly complicated because of this. The word eco-text certification for Airy Silk. Okay, some of the aspirant may be knowing this certification also. It was there in some compilation. Okay. I could see, but even for those aspirant who have not seen this, if you see both the statements, 1 and 2 statements which is mentioned here, it is easy. Like either both the statements are right or both the statements are wrong. Okay, but the probability of both the statements wrong would be lesser because
some certification is involved.
Yeah, certification is involved. For good certification will be involved. So that way it is moderate. Okay,
logical to assume both together may be right.
Yeah. So that way it's like why I put this as a moderate, because like eco-text certification, some factual thing is coming up there.
So you should have attempted this.
Yeah.
Whether you go right or wrong is a secondary thing.
Yeah. Then This is a very easy question. It's a geography question again. Maybe
And
map
current
reading.
affairs also.
Current affairs, map reading,
Right.
geography.
Very
You can
easy.
put it anywhere.
On
Very
predicted
easy.
lines.
Very easy. 1 and 3, easy. Okay. If you didn't know this answer
correct.
in this question,
Your preparation has to be relooked now.
Yeah. Like you can't sit for this paper at all. Like with so much of
Correct.
news related to Strait of Hormuz. Okay. So here, if you see, the Amur, it is easy to moderate. So this is also easy to moderate. This is moderate, maybe. This is very easy.
Easy.
So 4 questions are there. 3 questions, like we may not.
At least 2 questions are doable. 2 plus 1 maybe.
2 is must and 3 is
Possible.
like a possible, like very much possible. We don't know which question, but out of 4, some may do it one set of 3, another may do another set of 3. Okay. Then moving ahead with this 41 question, like I didn't know when I saw this question. So I thought like what logic I can apply before searching in the internet. Okay. There I got, there is a silver word is there, black word is there, blue colored is there. Logically, we had some mains question related to color coding for cyclones and all.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. So you can in those lines, if you are applying your logic.
If red is there, it's more severe. Orange is less severe. So
okay. So when we see the other side of the description, it is mentioning about assets. Which will be more suitable for asset? Asset from criminal assets. Okay. So asset is more likely towards silver. And there is a unidentified dead bodies. Okay. Related to that, notice will be given to the Interpol. Okay. That
black is a possibility.
Black is a possibility is there. With that logic, if you are going,
we end up in the right answer.
You end up in the right answer.
So an aspirant, when they look at it and they feel scared, oh, I didn't read this, let me just leave it. They are losing a very low-hanging fruit by not attempting this question.
We don't say that this is very easy. Such a conviction may not come in the exam hall, but provided like you have answered less number of questions, your history had been a very disaster. Like then you may need to take such chances that like we can classify it as a moderate question. Okay. Right. Then so the next question is related to Nirantar scheme. Okay, Nirantar scheme. I have seen in many of the current affairs compilation what it is, what is the objective, what is the targets, what is the goal, like that. I have come across. What are the organizations which are involved in this scheme? Very few of the current affairs compilation have captured this, and that makes this question slightly difficult. Okay. So I think that it is not, the Central Zoo Authority is not involved in this.
I think it's better to skip this question from
better. More of factual in nature. Then 43rd question. The Chancellor of Federal Republic of Germany visited India in January. This is a current affairs question and highly factual. Every statement, like generally we think that UPSC may not be making a what to say, when they are giving a statement, they may not have the
factual errors may not be created by UPSC.
But here you need to see, it is not
every fact turns out to be wrong.
University of Hamburg is not right. It is some other city. Okay. Charit is another city with which we had the Ayurveda related. The first part is right, but the university name alone is given wrongly. And again, similarly, 4th statement, it is not Lucknow, it is Ahmedabad. So these two are wrong. So I put it under difficult question. Okay, it is difficult to remember such level of details. Okay, very, very extraordinary people might have got this right. Few of them may got this right, but general aspirants it might be difficult. Then Dhruv 64, this was in most of the current affairs compilation, and some of the mock test also, Academy's mock test also had this Dhruv 64 question. So, but the factualness can have it as moderate. Both the statements are right. Usually we in science and technology.
I think UPSC last year also they gave a hint that UPSC will be asking these kind of questions. There was a question on Majorana chip.
Again, Amazon sponsored chip. Okay.
So some semiconductor breakthroughs, I think aspirants should be expected to know about it.
True. So this is moderate. Then the Bureau of Indian Standards. Okay, this is related to a bomb disposal equipment or test something. Okay, the first statement usually it is a number there. Generally we believe that UPSC may not make it a error, but here they didn't make it error luckily.
Okay.
Okay. So it will improve interoperability of equipment across the agency, different agency like state police or the NIA or something like that, the special squads like NSG, SPG. Okay, so interoperability can be better because otherwise they will be purchasing from different international organizations. So the interoperability may not be working well. But it is a Atmanirbhar Bharat project. It is not with a collaboration with Russia and all. It was entirely developed by DRDO. That is the catch here. So like 50-50, you land up in 50-50. 1 and 2.
1 and 2, it's possible.
Yeah.
Hoping that UPSC will not trick on statement 1.
Yeah. 1 and 2 or 1, 2 and 3 might be the thing. So moderate to difficult, we can put it as. And then this 46 question is extremely difficult because the answer is John Clark. He was awarded Nobel Prize for quantum tunneling. So if UPSC have mentioned the word quantum tunneling here, it would have been easier for the students. But here, where he is born and which university he is working. So to this extent,
and if UPSC would have wanted students to get it right, it may have framed with other options not being Nobel Prize winners.
Yeah.
But other options are also Nobel Prize winners, and that too in 2025. So impossible to get it right.
Yeah.
Maybe very few, very rare aspirants
who are preparing for quiz trivia questions may be getting this question right. Then the question is related to Grand Slam tournaments. Okay, this question on the outset seems to be a tough question, difficult question. But if you see the second statement, the statement is reading, they are open, the Grand Slam tennis tournament is open for entry to all internationally ranked tennis players above 14 years age. So how this would be possible? Maybe thousands of ranked players might be there. Okay, so if all of them are put into the fixtures, it would be very difficult for the management. So second, you need to remove from the answer. So logically, so you get the answer itself here.
Okay. Oh, if you remove 2, you get the answer, right?
Yeah, just you are holding yourself and then going through the statements, you get the answer here. With simple logic also, this question I would put it as easy to moderate. Okay, so simply you need to go through the questions in spite of not knowing.
You should just not lose your courage as soon as you see the first statement.
I don't know anything about tennis, so I'll go to the next question. Right. Simply, similarly, we saw the Amur Falcon. Amur Falcon, you don't know anything what it is.
But the second statement can be logically removed. Right.
So this is easy to moderate. Then the next question is 48th question. Highly factual question again. This is also related to semiconductor plants. Okay, many the AI semiconductor themes are playing out.
Private players are coming and setting up industries.
Yeah. And there is a feel that we have missed the AI bus. Okay, so that way also. So the answer here is C. This is located in Bhubaneswar. Rest of the things are right. Not correctly matched, they are asking. HCL Foxconn. HCL Foxconn. Okay. The next question is 48. The question is related to semiconductor plants. Again, related to AI. Many of the questions are following that theme. Okay. They are giving some companies where they have the plans regarding that. They have the questions here. The right answer is C. Okay, C is not correctly matched. Rest of the things are rightly matched here. So it's extremely difficult. One should know each and every company where they have set up their plans. Okay. Then moving ahead with the 49th question. It is related to Bharat forecast system. Okay. So nowadays El Nino is being predicted for this year. Nowadays the super computers and then AI used in the forecasting system. Okay, so that the students are aware, many of them are aware about. So the second statement, if you see IIT Delhi, it is usually when it comes to monsoon or weather prediction, it is IITM, Indian Institute of Tropical Meteorology, Pune. Okay. That would be the important player here. So this is right, this is wrong. So again, a touch and go.
Right.
Moderate.
You cannot certainly say that those who attempt this will go right. Some kind of luck factor should help them in either of the two statements.
Yes. So The next question is related to a film, a Manipuri film, Boom. Okay, many facts are here. The answer is 1, 2, and 3. If they are simply going by, I don't know anything, like I'll go with 1, 2, and 3, all the options like that. So maybe luck might have
Maybe
worked.
ignorance out of that. And
Yeah. And it is asking the director in which category it won the award. So all many factual data are involved here. So a difficult question. Okay. So if you see here, like in this page, maybe 1 to 2 question. Like if your luck is on your side, like 2 question. Otherwise, only 1 question. Like this Grand Slam is very easy question. So from this part, whatever we have
current
seen,
affairs part.
yeah, current affairs part from 37 to 50. It is 14 questions totally. 2 question I find it very easy. 7 question falls under moderate, somewhat moderate, and 5 questions are slightly on difficult side. Okay, 2 plus 7, 9 questions are there. At least 6 to 7 question. 6 to 7 question the aspirant should be answering. So here also they will be crossing the 50%. Okay, like total 2 plus 7, 14 questions are there. If they are able to answer 7 questions, then they will be reaching the 50%. Yeah, 40 to 50% mark. That the general cutoff marks they will be able to reach there. Okay.
So far in the first 50 questions, I would say that from the first 50 questions in history, they were able to get 14 marks out of 40 marks. And from the geography questions, they would have probably got 18 marks out of 32 marks.
Yeah.
And now they would have probably got around 13 or 14 marks.
Yes.
So which means 28, 38, 42 out of 100. So going in this direction, probably we may come across at 85.
Yeah, 80, 85 would be the probable cutoff.
All right, let's move on to the next section.
Yeah.
I think from 51 we have economics.
Yeah. The next set of questions we have it from partially from economics and also related to science and tech. Also some questions are there. We will go through the questions from 51 to 75.
My general feel looking at the economic questions is many seem to be doable compared to the history part.
Yes.
Many are either easy or moderate. That is what I get a first sense. Maybe when we go through it, we'll get better picture of it.
Yes. The questions which are looking at the outset difficult are
turning out to be
easy while you are solving it. The questions which looks simple, that becomes slightly difficult when we see the options available. Okay, let's go through the 51st question. It is related to blockchain technology. Okay, blockchain technology, and most of the students, it is a quite familiar subject. Okay, but here also again the undercurrent is you need to know in entirety. Okay, so whenever a particular concept is slightly older concept, then the UPSC have made it a point that they ask a deeper question. Okay, not a superficial question. Okay, so here, all the statements which are describing blockchain are right, except for the third statement. Okay, consortium. This is types of blockchain. They're explaining the hybrid blockchain. Okay, hybrid blockchain which will be having both public and private blockchain storages. They have given it as consortium blockchain. This is the only wrong thing. Rest of the things are easy. Okay, here, whether the aspirant has taken effort to make it a point to read it in entirety, that determines the question. So it will be around moderate. Then moving on to the 52nd question, they are talking about an e-commerce revenue model. Okay, e-commerce revenue model where seller has control over the pricing. This is slightly different from what we see in Amazon, Flipkart and all that, where the seller can enroll himself in Amazon and then sell it at his own price. Okay, it is not the Amazon which determine the price. Here they are saying the seller, the platform owner determines the price also. This model is drop shipping model. Okay. The order will be taken by the platform owner. Only the packaging and then delivering will be handed over to some other person. So it's a difficult concept. Yeah. So we can have it as a difficult thing. I don't think that every aspirants will be knowing this. The next question is related to financial inclusion index of RBI. This was in news, like very frequently. All the current affairs magazine had this.
Even we had the same question on our skill up program,
Yes,
our skill up test
yes,
as well.
yes.
So I think most aspirants will be able to anticipate this
so
question.
easy question, and nothing in detail also asked. What are all the three key sub indices? What which is asked? The even the proportions are not asked. So this
Right.
comes under easy. Then moving on to the 54th question. The question is related to open network for digital commerce. This is also slightly
Easy.
familiar topic for the aspirants, and the statements which are describing this is also not so difficult. Okay, very easily arrivable answer. C is the right answer. So again, a easy question. Then moving on to this UPI and CBDC. Okay, like tech savvy, those people who had some idea related to the cryptocurrencies and all will be able to do this question. Okay, do this question well.
And I've also seen similar questions asked in many test series also. Like for example, non-Mudalan government test series.
Yes,
A very similar question was actually asked.
UPI separately and CBDC separately might have been asked also.
Right.
Okay, so then the wrong statement here is very clearly D, because in case of digital currency, digital rupee, CBDC, the liability is with the owner only. Okay, the bank won't take any liability, because digital currency is as good as you are having your fiat currency, the paper currency. Okay, so D is the thing. So we can classify this also as easy to moderate question only. Okay. Then moving ahead with the 56th question, real world asset tokenization. Though the concept looks slightly difficult concept, real world asset tokenization. The Income Tax Act had a virtual digital asset related things and all. The NFT, non-fungible tokens and all, like
something we can imagine that we are converting the data about a hard asset in a very digital form, something like that.
What is tokenization? People would have come across, because in between there was a RBI circular also regarding tokenization of the credit cards and all. So the information need to be held by the business owners as tokens instead of having the real data. Okay, so they will be knowing that. So, and when you go through the statement also, it's very easily guessable 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so again, easy to moderate. So one who dare, especially those people who are into preparation, multiple attempts, they might have found it easy. Okay, so in this page, if you see,
mostly questions are easy.
Yeah, mostly
I don't
easy.
think even a single difficult, maybe one difficult question, maybe
out of 6,
one
should
difficult.
get 4.
Right.
Minimum 4 should be the
maybe one can go wrong and one can be left unattempted.
Then moving ahead with the 57th question. This is related to bond, and bond also they can ask any difficult question also, but they chose to ask a slightly easier question. Here the green bond is related to environment, and social project related bond or social bond. So answer would be sustainability bond here. Okay, sovereign bond, it is the country's sovereign bond is not related to environment or social thing. So answer here is C. Relatively easy, but depends. For definitely an aspirant who have worked, this might be an easy question. Then moving ahead with the M1 exchange role in micro, small, medium enterprises. On an outset, this looks a very difficult question. Very difficult question. M1 exchange. They might not have thought about
even
this.
heard about it.
Heard about it or come across this about this concept, but simply stock exchange, they can think on the lines of
functions of any exchange. What do they do? Do they give loans? No, stock exchange gives loans.
Commodity exchange or any exchange if they see. They don't. So here the concept is not loaning. It is for selling and buying. There will be a seller, there will be a buyer. The exchange will be a mediator. So whenever you have so the second statement alone is right. Say you have bills, you have invoices, you have sold it to someone who is going to give the money some later point of time. So that invoices and bill can be sold to a third person at a discounted rate. The exchange will be a mediator, which will be having all the ledger. So only 2 is right. It won't give loan and it won't rate also. Credit rating agencies are separate.
Different.
Okay, different. So that way the answer becomes slightly easier here. 2 only is the answer, but we can take it as a moderate. Okay. Then crowding out effect. Like some of the test series I have seen this crowding out effect because it was mentioned there in the economic survey this year. The crowding out effect was mentioned there in the economic survey. So taking a clue from the economic survey, many academies have asked in mock test the crowding out effect.
We have also asked in our skill up
in our skill up also we had this very explicit question related to crowding out effect. Okay, so that way like I can have it as a moderate. The concept might be not as simple as inflation or monetary policy or money multiplier concept, GDP concept.
I think beginners may find it difficult. But 2-3 years into preparation, most aspirants will be able to get this right.
So we can
moderate.
Yeah, moderate. Then the question 60 is related to rare earth elements and critical mineral mission, like critical mineral mission. This is also extensively, it was in current affairs, repeatedly in current affairs. Okay, so yeah, many aspirants would have prepared sufficiently for this question. So the first statement is very easy and it is general also. Second statement, India is the second largest miner of rare earth elements. Many of the aspirants will be knowing this is wrong. India is not at all a major player with respect to rare earth elements. So that way, 1 should be there, 2 should not be there in the answer means.
Because what we usually hear in news is India is excessively dependent on other countries for its rare earth supply. So which means that we are not self-sufficient or we are not large enough like China.
That is why like we didn't do as good as other countries when it comes to AI and then the semiconductors.
And all that, right.
Semiconductors. So 3 should be there in the answer, 1 should be there in the answer, 2 should not be there in the answer. These things make the answer option very easy. So
1 should be there, 2 should not be there.
Yes,
that becomes
and 3
the logic.
should be there.
3 should be there.
Again, 3 should be there is also a question as the thing is there.
But 4th point is slightly factual.
Factual. It is not only metallic, some non-metallic minerals are also there in the.
So we can put this under the moderate category.
Yeah, moderate category should be fine. Then moving ahead with the 61 question, it is a slightly difficult question. We should classify this as a difficult question because it is related to maybe after the Ahmedabad, the flight accident, inspired on that, they have asked another question, black box.
That was simple, but this is a difficult question.
A difficult question.
So just leave it unattempted.
If you didn't know this, better to leave it unattempted. So aviation hull insurance and which convention is talking about this insurance process. This is a slightly difficult question only. But all of the above right, that mentality would have helped here, pure luck. But I don't know whether aspirants will indulge in that practice. Then moving ahead, 62nd question, a very simple question, easy question related to crowdfunding. So both the statements are very simple and straightforward. Both 1 and 2 are right. And the 63rd question, too many facts are there. Some are easy fact only. Urjit Patel committee, Malagam committee and all people might be knowing. But
the other 2 very difficult.
Other 2 are slightly difficult.
And even if you know that, they know the specifics and all the details that are given here.
So we can classify this into moderate to difficult.
Better to leave it unattempted.
Yeah. So if you are not very thorough, we are not prepared exclusively for the committee related question, then better to leave it unattempted. Then 64th question. See, this is again a simple question only. NBFCs, okay, non-banking financial companies, they cannot accept short-term deposits as a saving deposit or anything like that. So this is right. 1 is right. And all NBFCs, non-banking financial companies, all are registered under RBI means no. Okay, so the lenders might be registered under RBI, but other regulatory bodies are there. Pension companies, pension fund companies, okay, the mutual fund companies, they will be registered under SEBI. Okay, so different registration regulatory bodies are there. So 2 is wrong, 1 is right. So 1 should be there in the answer, 2 should not be there in the answer. Automatically you come to the answer. Okay. So very simple idea. 1 and 2 alone, with that alone you can without bothering about the rest of the statement, you can arrive at the answer. So I classify this to easy to moderate sort of thing. Then multidimensional poverty index. Again, very extensively, many of the test series had this question, MPI, multidimensional poverty index by the Niti Aayog. Okay, so this first statement might be slightly a difficult question, but in our skill lab, we explicitly, while discussion, we mentioned that this is the methodology that is being used under this. The MPI calculated, so this is right, the first statement is right. 12 indicators is also right. The third one, so though this seems to be a difficult statement, but I hope the academies have made it a point that what is the difference between global MPI and Niti Aayog MPI. So that way this is easy to moderate only. Okay, at the max this would be moderate, especially veterans or the repeaters might have done
the ones who have spent some time reading extensively on MPI will be knowing all these facts.
True. Then moving on to the 66th question. The question is related to, it is gene therapy only. They have made it slightly difficult by mentioning it as genetic medicine. Okay. It's what they are mentioning is gene therapy. So to treat some disorders with the help of by modifying the gene. Okay. So genetic medicine, the first thing is also right. The virus is also right. So conventionally we think genetic medicine alter entire DNA sequence. How this is possible? Okay, so in that line, if you are thinking, then 3 should be removed from the thing. The answer 3 should not be there. You will remove whether 1 or 1 and 2. Okay,
second statement is very normal.
Yeah, very normal. Like usually for the gene to be sent into the body, it requires a carrier.
Right.
So that carrier could be a virus, all those things. mRNA vaccine, all these things happened, right? So during that time also some understanding might have happened.
And definitely mRNA vaccine has been asked in the PYQs.
Yes.
Aspirants would have mastered that. So getting second statement is possible then.
Yeah, possible there. Here also, easy to moderate question. Large language models. Okay, here also like the third statement is too radical. LLMs produced unbiased output. When we get the output from Gemini or language models itself, they give a disclaimer. This is a AI generated.
And there are a lot of concerns regarding
the
financiers using LLMs to test the profile of their clients.
True.
It produces biased results.
Yeah, again and again, like when they read about the AI, it is as biased. Whatever the training material is biased means, then the model also will be biased. Okay, so in that manner, that you can easily remove. Like 3, if you are removing, it is between 1 and 2. Okay, then like these two are very simple statements, so we need to have it as a easy to moderate for a well prepared aspirants. Then moving ahead with the 68th question, a slightly difficult question may be, some of the aspirants may not be knowing the concept. Stealth object which hides from the enemy's radar system, radar system or the visualizing system. So here the first statement, very small radar cross section. Again, the previous year question, ballistic missile and cruise missile.
5th generation fighter aircrafts have been asked in the past. So they would have prepared for that.
Yes. Ballistic missile and cruise missile also, the difference mainly they will say about this, whether it is visible to the radar or not. Okay. Stealth objects can be detected using specific frequencies. Yes, that is right. But this meta material usually decrease. Okay, this level of
depth is required.
Depth might be required
because it's a familiar area.
Yeah,
UPSC is expecting go deep into familiar areas.
Yes, moderate should be the thing. Moderate to difficult also for some people, because it is very like it's slightly confusing also. If you know the stealth technology, scattering, some may feel that scattering might increase the stealth. But I went through the details also. Scattering actually, it reduces the metamaterial, actually reduces the scattering, and by that it improves the stealthness of the object. Okay, so here answer is 1 and 2, but
difficult question.
Difficult, moderate to difficult question. Then again, a black box related question. And yes, again,
Skill up we have covered.
yeah,
it.
skill up we have covered this.
I think in 2 or 3 tests we were focusing on black box and
yeah, related content we have covered this. Red light, naturally light cannot pass through the obstacles if light is used as a source of identification. If it is falling in a thick forest or in a ocean. It might be difficult. So it is actually an ultrasound. Okay,
Right.
A sound wave of certain frequency is being emitted by that. So that could be identified from distance also. So this is wrong. If you remove one, then we land up in the answer. Okay, that way, if you have thought it commonsensically, it would be easier. Okay, so rest of the thing are right. Okay, it records everything. Then moving ahead with the 71st question, green hydrogen. This question also on the outset like might be slightly the third choice and all might be slightly looking difficult. But the first statement itself, it is description for blue hydrogen. Okay, blue hydrogen. So what the hydrogen which we produce from the natural gas, we call it as blue hydrogen. So you remove that, so we land up between 2 and 3 and 2. Electrolysis is always used, and this is also factually right. The third statement is also factually right. So because of this third statement being difficult, it is only
Moderate question.
Moderate. Yeah.
50-50 is possible, but after that, I
After
think
that, like
the
third
day should
statement.
work out for
Yeah,
them. Right.
for that. Then moving ahead with the 71st question. This is again a skill up question. Okay, so we have covered this question.
Yeah, I think all the 3 statements are covered in 2 different tests.
Two different.
I think it's easy to moderate.
Yes. In space, this is right, and these 2 are not right. Okay, it is not the first thing, and it is cryogenic. It is not liquid. Liquid. Okay.
But I think for an aspirant on that moment, differentiating whether it's liquid or cryogenic,
Yeah.
it's a tricky.
Yeah. So we may put it as a
Moderate to difficult maybe, yeah.
Moderate question. Okay, cryogenic, like again, veterans may have an edge over the freshers. Yeah. Then the question is related to drone swarms. Okay, so how the drones are controlled when drones are used for offensive purposes or defensive purposes. Okay, so whether they are using terahertz. Okay, so ultra high frequencies are only used. Terahertz frequencies are used are experimental. Okay, and they are the 6G which is going to come, that might be using the terahertz, and they have some inherent disadvantages. Okay, when to be used for drone technology. So this should be wrong, and the rest of the 2 are right. Okay, and it is involving a little bit of technology, and I don't know like whether.
And I think, but the most aspirants, because of so many developments with 5G, 6G, all of that, they would have some idea about why is 5G preferred, why than 4G or 3G. I think with that kind of a sense about mobile telephony and all, they may be able to filter this question.
Yes.
But only aspirants with some scientific outlook, they will be able to get that.
And nowadays we can expect the aspirants to have a curiosity towards such technology also.
They can get it clarified anytime on AI. So it is possible.
Like, and now we can also say that whatever the easy, moderate, difficult, what we are mentioning here, it is not for an individual. It is for probability of number of students who may getting it right. Easy might be gotten right by 80% of the students.
That's true.
Moderate might be gotten right by some 60% of the student. Difficult, some student may get it right, but only 10%, 5% student might get it right. Okay, so that is the thing they need to take it. So this we can classify as moderate. Then moving ahead with the Genome India project, it is a human genome. Human Genome Project is a not Indian project, it's a global project. It was concluded much earlier in 2000, early 2000 itself. It got concluded. It is not related to India. So this you need to remove. So automatically you land up in answer. So yes, Genome India project is it's Indian project. It has been recently concluded. Again, some who have read in depth and repeatedly, they might be finding it easy. So easy to moderate. Okay. So rest of the statements are easy. Then moving ahead to 74th question, National Quantum Mission. Yes, here both the statements are right, but depends, like both are factual, The second statement is slightly like conceptual statement, but it's touch and go. Okay, so moderate level question this is. And India's deep ocean mission. Here also the catch is it is under the Ministry of
Earth Sciences.
Earth Sciences. Earth Sciences. It is not under the Ministry of Ports, Shipping, Waterways.
And that is easily identifiable also for aspirants.
Yes.
Why would Port Ministry, what technology will they have to get underwater and all of that?
Yeah, mission mode they don't operate on all. Okay. And this Matsya 600 was in news.
Okay.
Okay, this aspect was covered by majority of the academy. So this they might have found it easy and this. So combining
One should
these
not be
two
there.
and
Two should be there.
It's easy to moderate only. Easy to moderate. Factual.
And the word Samudrayan also feels ocean related.
Yeah.
So I think you can get this right. But
Yeah.
easy, predominantly easy.
Yeah,
maybe
easy for majority of the aspirant. Okay. So in this 25, like we saw, most of the questions are slightly on the easier line. So
9 easy questions
exact,
out of this.
yes, easy 9. What is the number?
Moderate 12
Moderate
questions.
is 12.
Difficult
and,
is 3.
Difficult is 3. Okay, so here like 9 out of 9 you may need to get it. Out of 12 at least 8 should
So
be
8 plus 9, 17 is supposed to go right.
34 need to go right. 34, maybe 30 at least.
Maybe,
Okay.
yeah.
By negative mark, adjusting negative mark, 30 out of 50. Okay, 25 questions, 50 marks. So 30 out of 50, like very well, like you can get an edge here.
Correct.
Okay.
Whatever you lost in history, you can compensate it
compensate to a certain extent. So next few questions are like it is from the public administration and it's looking like more like ethics
related. So
So
let us discuss about
You
it.
may take it along.
So now as we move on to ethics and polity related questions, because this year, I think for the
Ethics
first
in
time,
prelims.
ethics in prelims, UPSC has not even made it as in their syllabus sheet that they'll ask these kind of questions. It's very difficult to link to which aspect of syllabus sheet can these questions be traced, but I think it's very easy and commonsensical. UPSC has simply given these questions to just momentarily give that shock to aspirants that a new type of questions have been asked. But the way the questions are asked, it makes it easily scoreable. So for 76th question, whatever has been given, whatever has been described, it is simply the definition of accountability. So I think nobody would have made a mistake here. And for 77, it's about the conflict between a group of urban dwellers versus a tribal hamlet people about the solid waste site coming up near the tribal hamlet site. So I think to have a sustained, or what do you say, to have a once for all permanent solution, you should just not look at option 2. Because option 2 says, statement 2 says, government should move ahead with the project without delay and outweigh the sentiments of the tribal group, which means it will flare up again and again. So I think second statement alone should not be a part of the solution. So 1, 3 and 4. Option A, I think it's a very easy question. Commonsensical. And I think 78 is also to deal with professionalism and work culture and organization. So I think 78, 3 only. So another easy question. And now coming to polity. So the question is a very nice question because it tests the different interpretation of what law means under Article 12 of the Constitution. And in our skill up test, there was a question where we asked which all are the definitions of law under Article 12. I think that is asked, but in a different way. And I think the way the question is framed here, it becomes more like a CSAT question test. Are we able to spot the nuance that is mentioned here? 80% majorly I would go with D as a right answer, but it is also possible that UPSC may also prefer C as well because it's just an interpretation issue, but I think everybody would accept that even customs would become law under Article 12. If you remember, even on our skill up class, students had raised this dispute about how can custom come under law, but we have no other way. Constitution mentions that. And question number 80. It's a very difficult question because every statement that is here, I think nobody has very correct knowledge about it. At the best, what can happen is there is no article in the Constitution that mentions 26 Jan 1950. Students will be able to know that it is not an article, it's the preamble of the Constitution. But apart from that, other two statements, one is in Article 393, other is in Article 395. No UPSC aspirant is going to read any of that. It's a difficult question.
And from this question onwards, the type of choices they are giving.
Different.
It's a totally new style. The
Style of
UPSC is
framing options,
Yeah.
yes.
All those only 2 statement
Correct.
right, 2-3 statement right. That model and all they have thrown
I
away.
think not even.
Yeah,
I
not
think
even
3-4 questions are like that in that.
Yes.
Old pattern. I mean, old pattern in the sense last year's pattern.
Yeah, and this pattern of choices makes the question slightly more difficult in polity.
And I think 81 is also difficult because everything is to be guessed. And even after guessing, you will not be able to know that UPSC has made a trap here.
The year.
We usually say UPSC doesn't play with all of that, but UPSC has even broken that trend also. And I think it's really difficult. Maybe luckily able to get it right, or if you have memorized all these data and if you can get it right. So 81, in my opinion, I would leave it unattempted. And now moving on to 82, I think this question is manageable. 1 and 3, every UPSC aspirant will know. But the point is whether tribes are exempted from paying income tax becomes a difficult part. And the way the options are framed, that's also not helping us out here.
Yes.
So either moderate,
moderate
or difficult.
Yeah.
I think it's 50-50, and some of them may think that, if not, why would UPSC even ask this? If they use that logic, probably they'll get it right.
They may get it
right. Next is about start question, unstart question. This is the easiest of all polity questions.
Yeah. Most of the aspirants will be
correct. They'll be able to get it right. And then regarding committees, these committees, they have some general patterns to them. In the sense, ministers will most probably not be a part of these committees. And the tenure of members are usually for 2 years. So it's not easy to get it right. Only if all these aspects of committee come to your mind, and if you start thinking that why would Rajya Sabha members dominate in a particular committee, even though Lok Sabha is the larger house, all these facts should play out. Only then you'll be able to attempt and get it right. This is also moderate to difficult. Okay, so I think science follows from here onwards.
Okay. பாலிட்டிக்கு இது சொல்லிடுறீங்களா? அது கால்குலேட்
அதுங்களா? ஆமா சொல்லிடுறேன்.
கட் பண்ணியே இது பண்ணிக்கலாம்.
168ன்னு. So out of all these polity questions and this governance related questions, there are a total of 15 questions asked. I would say this is the only easy question.
Okay, that's the question.
இல்ல சார் தப்பு பண்ணிட்டோம். 168 வர வாய்ப்பு இல்லை. அந்த எத்திக்ஸ், இந்த கவர்னன்ஸ்லாம் ஈஸியாக தான் இருந்துச்சு இல்லையா?
அதை பார்த்து
433. ஏன்னா நீங்க 75 தான், 76ல ஆரம்பிச்சேன். ஆமாமா, இவ்வளவுதான் வந்திருக்கும். 7-10 questions தானே. அப்ப அதுதான் இந்த 433 தான் வந்திருக்கும்.
Okay.
So for these 10 questions, I would say 4 of them are easy and 3 of them are actually in governance part. And out of the 6 questions asked in polity, I think only 1 of that is easy. Remaining polity has all become moderate or difficult. So I would say 4 questions out of these 10 are easy, 3 are moderate, meaning 6 should go right, 1 can go wrong.
Yes.
So 12 minus 1 mark.
So here also the first part of the polity, which is partially ethics,
has helped out. So 11 out of 20, which means more than 50% is possible from polity and governance related parts. Okay, so over to you for the remaining parts.
Yeah. The next question here, it is
ஒரு நிமிஷம்.
இந்த கொஸ்டினுக்கு சுதர்ஷன் சக்ரால
சுதர்ஷன் சக்ரா 33 நிமிஷம் இருக்கு சார்.
ஓகே, அவ்வளோதான். 35 கொஸ்டினுக்கு 33 நிமிஷத்துல முடிச்சிட்டோம்.
இல்ல 50ல ஆரம்பிச்சோம். 51 ஓகே தான்.
சரி, போலாமா? இன்னைக்கு தானே. So the next set of question, it is mixed, like international organization, very factual current affairs, they have mixed, it is mixed. Okay, so the 85th question, it is regarding mission Sudarshan Chakra of India. Okay, so here it is a slightly easier question only. Okay, it enhances air defense, a general statement. The mission is designed to enhance precise, powerful defense response, again a general statement. The only catch here is whether all public places or critical infrastructure, something like that. So this all public places is mentioned in the PIB website. It is very clearly mentioned there. Verbatim it is there.
But students these days, they are trained to think that whenever all comes, they will have to eliminate it. So that could
make this question slightly difficult. Okay, from easy to like, otherwise it is all generally.
No, if
worded
somebody
stuff.
perceives it to be difficult, they will leave it unattempted. But they will think that they should take a attempt here, which makes it go wrong. So it is difficult only in this
Like
sense.
we keep on say that when the question is not factual, if it is generally worded without any year or without any specific mention, then go ahead for at least try to answer, commit the answer. That way, like if people have committed 1, 2, and 3, so it's moderate. Like we can have it as a moderate answer. Then regarding this bridges, it's a difficult question. Many facts are being tested here. Like you need to know like which bridge over which river in which district of India, something like that. Okay, so it's a highly difficult question. So only the third statement is right. The other two statements are wrong. Okay, so I feel because of the more number of facts it is testing upon the aspirants, there is a possibility that many of the aspirants, like even if they are trying, like knowing after 1 or 2, the probability is slightly high to make a mistake. And the answer is also not giving any clear-cut advantage. Okay, that way I take this question as a difficult question. Then moving ahead with the zero FIR, again law graduates, some people who are very much interested in policing or something like that. They might have, again, people who are preparing for 2-3 years. When the BNS was first introduced, during that time, such discussion, what is new in this BNS might have been discussed there. There they might be able to answer. Otherwise, it is slightly difficult. So moderate to difficult only we need to place this question. The first statement is alone right. The second and third statement are wrong here. But here third statement, if you see, zero FIR furnished electronically only. Nowhere the class can be there. 3 you can remove. So you can remove A and B. Again it becomes between.
Most questions are 50-50. That's how it ends.
Yeah, 50-50. So you need to dare to read through this question and then apply your mind. So if you apply, then you can very well come to this one. Okay, so it's not moderate to difficult, it is easy to moderate. For some it might be moderate, for some it might be easy also, simply because of logic, not because knowing. Okay. Then 88th question, it is again certain organization, which ministry they belong to. Such question has been trend recently. Like based on that, they might have prepared something like ED and all was asked in the previous year question. So based on that, if they have prepared, and they, again, some sort of memory is needed here. Okay, you need to remember which organization is coming under which ministry. So these two are wrong. Okay, so this alone is right. So this is the Ministry of Finance, here Finance Ministry. This is Ministry of Corporate Affairs, like slightly marked here. This is right. CBI is right.
I think the aspirant who attempted this question has even marked MC. So to some it is doable then.
Yeah, yes. The answer is 1. It is doable, moderate. We can classify it as a moderate. Then moving ahead with the 89th question. It's a difficult question. Which of they are giving 5 conventions and asking the aspirants which of the convention India have not ratified. The answer is also there is some dispute related to the choices which are given here. UPSC will be taking appropriate stand, but sheer the number of facts one need to remember.
No logic, nothing can work out.
Yeah. Not many aspirants will be able to do this, right? So
we mark it as
difficult. And moving ahead with the 90th question, that it's AI Impact Summit. We had many questions, 2 questions related to AI Impact Summit in our test series. That is the skill up test. So here, but if you see here, people and progress are there. Okay, so this is I think it is planet. Okay, instead of planning. Okay, so that way the micro thing, and the aspirant who have.
But it looks like as if it's all correct.
Yeah, people planning progress. It's looking correct. Okay, and that way, like the question is slightly difficult. Okay, so difficult, but not for all aspirants who have went into depth of the AI summit. They might have got it right, but otherwise these 2 are wrong. Okay. Moving ahead with the 91st question. This is slightly easier, and especially for the people who are preparing for more than one attempts, this might be easier. This Kaladan multimodal transit project is with Myanmar, and this IMT itself is India, Myanmar, Thailand.
Okay.
Thailand. So Myanmar and Thailand are part of Asia, and
Right.
that people will be able to understand. This Agartala Akura line, rail line, it is not mentioning with which country. Okay, so then there
Two
might
cities
be,
are mentioned.
Yeah, two cities are mentioned. So this is with Bangladesh, which is not a part of ASEAN group. Okay, so moderate to difficult this might be. So those who are, and especially this one, those who have come across this in Current Affairs magazine, they might have got it right. Moderate to difficult. Then moving ahead with the 92nd, again many facts are being tested here. One or two things aspirants might be knowing. Maybe like by guessing the name, which country it might belong to, or something like that.
I think the Bhutan and the Sri Lankan options can be guessed.
Can be
And if you can
explored,
guess
yes.
these two, you get the answer right.
Okay, so that way, like it's moderate. We can classify.
Easy to moderate,
this.
yeah.
Easy to moderate. We can classify this.
But it depends upon the confidence that you have in that moment.
Yeah.
Are you ready to
Like-
take this guesswork or not?
Yes. Which are the following items of defense hardware is are manufactured in India? Sukhoi Mk1 fighter jets, tanks. It is easy. Fighter jets, yes. Like again, the
We'll only think
yeah.
we manufacture Tejas.
Yes.
We'll not be thinking that maybe some amount of indigenization of Sukhoi is also done.
Yes.
It's difficult.
Akula class is exclusively manufactured by
Russians.
Russia. They are providing us, but these two we are manufacturing here itself. So, like you said, it is moderate to difficult. Okay, so
Maybe there are aspirants who are very interested in knowing this defense
yes,
developments. For them, it becomes easy.
Yeah,
for them.
they go and search individually all the
Specs of all the vessels,
specs
they
of
know
all the-
about
like
a lot of
where it
things.
is manufactured, since when India is
Correct.
getting it, all those things. Okay, and then moving ahead with the 94th question, Colombo process, Abu Dhabi dialogue. So we come across international relation related questions usually in the mains. Okay, so such process, such
And it's not
dialogue
about
and all.
one process, it is about so
It's
many
multiple
different.
different.
It's better to leave it unattempted.
Yeah, so they are testing here. So like I found it like slightly difficult to answer.
Because there could be so many traps here.
Yes. Then moving ahead with the 95th question, it's related to again highly factual question. Like how many of the organization have been awarded Nobel Prize twice? Again, those who are prepared for quiz,
Correct.
they might be able to. But specifically like some like you need to what to say, explore such ideas like Nobel when you are checking, like you need to be curious.
2 questions from Nobel Prize has been asked this year.
Yes.
But both the dimensions are things which UPSC aspirants normally don't explore.
Yes. We expect them to ask concepts for which the Nobel Prize have been given. Okay, so quantum technology, quantum entanglement, or something like that. But this time, they have gone highly factual questions.
Right.
So this is also difficult. The answer is anyway, High Commissioner for Refugees. Answer is only one. So this is again another difficult.
Different UN missions, better leave it unattempted.
Yeah, better leave it unattempted.
That too, they are not even asking about which country
Yes.
it was.
Yes.
They're asking years when it was operational.
Yeah.
I think nobody can get it right.
Yeah, like if you, I don't know, like
There is no way we could have got it right at least.
Very
Yeah.
difficult, very difficult. Then moving ahead again, BIMSTECs all what to say, the subunits or subgroups.
Yeah.
They are asking again a difficult
difficult
proposition, very factual. We don't say that none of the aspirant can answer. Very few
can
might be able to
Right.
answer this. So that way, this is also a highly difficult question. And the score 3, 4, 14, 33 core, like where their headquarters are.
Nobody knows it.
Again, someone who has prepared for NDAI exam or something like that, they might be able to. Difficult question again.
I see a trend that UPSC in the last 3 years, they are becoming more and more increasingly interested about these defense-related questions. Previous years there was question about the different defense ranks in armed forces.
Yes.
Even that was not something that normally aspirants would be getting it right. I think UPSC, these are questions kept for certain targeted groups to go and get it right. Maybe ones who are interested really in knowing about defense formations and all that.
Maybe UPSC is thinking that certain questions, like at least a few questions, should not be answered by majority. Only those people who are into it should be able to answer.
Or maybe could it be that the first 10 questions were difficult, last 10 questions are turning out to be difficult? Because even here people start panicking.
Yes. The time pressure, everything
will work out.
Come in between. Then regarding revamped Rashtriya Gram Swaraj Abhiyan, a few current affairs compilation and the test series have covered this question. So that way, like here also they are making the year wrong. Okay,
right.
So quite a few questions in this year, they have made the year wrong. Okay, so otherwise, this everyone can identify.
Because center will not try to take the entire burden of spending on itself. It would want to pass it on to the states.
Yes. So it becomes 50-50. Only for that sake, I put it as a moderate. Okay. It becomes a 50-50 guess. So 2 only is the answer. So this is a easy question. Easy question. So
one last relief.
Yeah. Again, so that's the question we have. Okay. So European Union, this is a easy question. So if these many are the questions which the aspirants are going to find it easy, difficult and moderate, so let us see how many questions they would have answered and how many they would have got it right. Among the easy questions?
I think we should fix 80% questions going right for easy,
okay.
70% questions going right for moderate. So 80% of the questions means around 20 questions.
20 questions they will get. They will answer all the 25 questions.
20 they will get it right.
They will get it right.
5 will go wrong.
5 they might get it wrong.
For moderate, probably 70% of the questions will go right.
Yes.
So around
moderate also, let us assume that they are going to answer all the moderate questions. Because 67 question only comes
when you add easy and moderate.
So
definitely they'll
let us assume.
Answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
because I have not come across any aspirant or many aspirants attempting less than 70 this year.
Okay.
So definitely it's assumed that moderate also would be attempted.
So 75 instead of 75, let us on an average like go to around 30 questions.
30 questions going right in the moderate.
They will get it right.
And 12 going
wrong. They may get it wrong. So here among the difficult, some aspirant may venture into answering
it. Maybe 13 questions.
Okay.
On average. So
13, or shall we go it as a get it as a round figure?
Total of 13 questions they may be attempting.
Okay.
Out of which maybe 4 may go right.
Okay, 4 they may get it right.
And 9 would go wrong.
9 might go wrong. So which makes it?
54 correct responses.
54 correct responses and
26 wrong.
26 wrong responses are there. So
108 minus 18.
8.
Minus roughly around minus 18.
17 it
17
will come.
to 18.
17 to 18 it will come right. Okay. So
I think we can keep it at 18, sir.
Okay.
It nears 27. So if it's 27, it becomes 18.
Okay. So 18, so which is roughly around
90 marks.
90. So in that case, the cutoff definitely like what we perceive, what we from all the exercise we could arrive at is there could be a slight decrease in the cutoff compared to last year.
It's a good decrease, 94 to
90.
And if UPSC takes different call in some of the contentious answers, maybe cutoff can even fall little lower.
Yeah, little lower. So
anybody who gets more than 85 should start preparing
for mains. 85 and above should start preparing for mains. Like we would even suggest, like if you are in border of 85 also, you should be starting to prepare for mains. Yeah, definitely if you are 90 and above, then you should be doubly sure and you should be really start preparing for the mains. Anything else you want to add to
what I felt is today, just exiting out of the exam hall, many aspirants felt everything is lost. The cutoff may come down drastically. But when you patiently sit and analyze, and if some of the aspirants are patiently able to do this performance in the exam hall, there is no chance for cutoff to drastically fall down. So it can come down a little bit, which is actually a good reminder for aspirants preparing for next year to not hope too much of downsizing in their efforts and all that. In fact, they should adapt and evolve to what has happened this year.
Yes.
Because the students learn, veterans learn how to navigate even these difficult kind of question paper, the residual memory that is in them, the cumulative experience of multiple years of preparation. All that will make sure that cutoff stays around 90 at least.
Yes. We were constantly telling during the skill up sessions and whoever comes for the personal mentorship, we keep telling that don't get anxious or don't get scared in the exam hall. Keep your cool during the exam hall. That will see you through the exam many times. So if at all a person who has sufficient knowledge, like after 3-4 years of sincere preparation, if someone is not able to do this, not because of the knowledge lapse, it might be because of the attention lapse, or one who could not dare
to go through those question statements.
Like even after seeing the first
statement,
line,
they give up.
They give up. Okay, so that would be
I think the not giving up attitude despite all these troubles is a very important aspect to crack an exam like this.
Some part of the question we found it very easy. To
right.
Very commonsensically you can navigate and you can get it right also. That cool, that taking it in a go and then answering it in a right spirit might be. But not everyone would have done that also. The length of the paper might have slightly decreased. We do it in a casual atmosphere, but exam hall that can also impact. So that the downward revision of this cutoff is more probable than upward revision. Okay, so that is the take.
So, all right. So, aspirants, thank you for watching till here, and we would sign off here. So, for those who are within the range of 85 to 90, it's high time from tomorrow onwards you start getting into mains preparation. And for others, not everything is lost. You learn out of this attempt and implement for a better attempt in the next year. Thank you.